Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just about 11:30 in Honolulu, 5:30 in New York. It is Tuesday, 12th day of June, 2018, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. Moderately lower pricing across the board in precious metals, with gold losing about $3.60 today, closing just below $1,300 at $12.9960. Silver lost about 6 cents today at $16.88, and a 26-point rise in the dollar index at 93.82. Dow Jones Industrial Average, in essence, unchanged today, 25,320, and a continued downside slide in Bitcoin futures, 65.40 and 65.35 in the CBOE and CME futures exchanges. Gold is trading under pressure, moderate pressure, currently down about $4 at $12.99. It is trading lower in reaction to the historical summit, which concluded yesterday, in which, in principle, the leader of North Korea agreed to begin to disarm his nuclear arsenal. However, the reason gold has reacted in such a tepid manner is the fact that there wasn't really any substantial timetables that came out of the summit itself. While the two leaders agreed to begin the diplomatic process to work towards complete denuclearization, there wasn't a timeline nor any talk of verifiable protocol to initiate and to complete such a complex task. Traders, at this point, the market has reacted not only to the G7 meeting that ended in discord on Friday, but also the conclusion of yesterday's historical summit. Now, traders are awaiting a statement and the conclusion of tomorrow's FOMC meeting. It is widely regarded that Chairman Powell will announce a rate hike of 0.25% or 25 basis points, and for the most part, that has been factored into the market. What market participants will look for is the tone of the Fed and whether or not they are more hawkish or more dovish than current perception dictates. That is what will move the market. Typically, what we have seen during a rate hike is an initial bounce down of a couple of dollars and then a subsequent rally. And the rally really comes depending on the tone and timbre of the statement released. Therefore, my recommendation is to maintain our current long position and to maintain our stop. Traders, as far as silver goes, we have seen it move up tremendously over the last trading week. However, if you recall from yesterday's show, we talked about a critical level that was the exact high and close of yesterday's action at 16.95. It represents the 50% retracement. And we spoke about the fact that we could easily see some resistance come in at this price point. That is precisely what we saw. Silver closed down about 7 cents today, which on a technical basis clearly indicates that 16.95 is a substantial level of resistance that at this point has not been breached. And traders, lastly, a quick look at Bitcoin futures, currently trading down by about $200 at 65.35. Considering the price changes we have seen since futures trading began in December of last year, and the fact that we saw Bitcoin futures move up to $20,000 per single coin and then drop to about $6,000, it is now the $6,000 pricing that comes back into real contention, in that we could in fact see a continued sell-off to challenge those lows that came in February of this year. We are currently at approximately $6,500 and only $500 away from that price point. Depending on how Bitcoin futures reacts over the next day or so, if we see any further weakness, I think the probability that Bitcoin could go to 6,000 or below is in fact very high. Traders, while yesterday's summit was truly historical as a first meeting between the leader of North Korea and the United States, and an initial agreement came out, nothing concrete in terms of a timeline and anything verifiable came out of the meeting, and therefore more questions were raised than were answered in terms of what this means for the future of the Korean Peninsula. Nonetheless, it's better to talk about peace than to talk about war. Now everybody is focusing upon the conclusion tomorrow of the FOMC meeting, and that is where the majority of attention has been drawn in terms of traders' references. This is Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.